So from time to time, I try and make the effort to come out early doors on a Friday morning to the forest. Time to think, but also time to talk to God and say, help, we need your help, but thank you also for the stuff you are doing. And one of the things I do is I have a little app on here, which is fabulously called Bird Nerd, which some of you will think is very appropriate. And I just hold it up and it listens around and it identifies the birds that are singing. And right now there are loads. One of the ones it's just picked up is a firecrest, which is like yay tiny. I'd have no chance of seeing that, but I'm believing that I have seen or at least heard a firecrest in the forest this morning. And it reminded me that actually there are those hidden stuff, or the hidden people who are doing stuff around the FaithWorks community, who we maybe might miss if we don't take real good eyes on them. So Ian and Sabina were telling me of the fabulous lady who sits in the corner of Pool Food Bank and knits, but she prays while she's there. And this week someone really needed people to pray, and they were bold enough to ask whether the person was okay for them to pray, and they were. And it had a really impactful thing, not only on the person but who brought up a Bible verse from nowhere in their past, but also on others around. And I think also of the couple who are part of our Safe Sleep Connectors, and they've got alongside a couple who are in B&B waiting to try and get their own place, and the impact that they are having. That the lady of the couples in the B&B, David said she was just so happy she'd been able to connect with these people. It makes me think of Claire Holly spent a day in court this week with somebody who needed someone alongside them as they were trying to get stuff sorted. There are lots of hidden stuff that you are doing which probably others don't know about. It's good to encourage each other, so please continue to tell those stories. We have that team WhatsApp. Just a little story on there is a massive encouragement to people, so do keep doing that. The other thing I've noticed around here, just over there, you can see it, that there's so much water here, but the ferns are starting to grow through it again, and new stuff is growing. So it's a new term, so new things on our horizon. And one of the things we do is now is every 6 months we have a little check-in to look at our objectives, to look at the things that we're doing, make sure we've got all the things that we need to do a good job. We've had annual appraisals and reviews in the past. We're trying to make it as a bit more slimline this year, but a chance to sit down and talk with your line manager just to make sure we're all clued in and this is the stuff we're going to be doing. We're really pleased to have done this, to celebrate the good stuff we've done, and also to pick out, hey, is there anything that would really help in that? So one of the things we're going to try this year, a lot of you use something called ladder outcomes or a star outcomes, which is just a bit of a self-assessment of how things are going for often the guests that we work with. But actually we want to try it with ourselves. So I'm going to suggest a little star which Neil, our chair, and I have named rather, probably you could do better than this, but a life in all its fullness star. And it's just going to be a bit of a view of how things are going. How are you equipped for all that you need to do in your work? How's it going in terms of your own physical and mental well-being? And we'll share that around, give it a go, and then we can see how in 6 months' time how that has changed. One of the things that comes out of there also is what training and development or learning and development stuff do we need? And one of the things we set ourselves to do is to do some safeguarding round tables. I've talked about this before, but we're going to put a few cases down, and I know that's something that some of you find potentially very useful. If we can maybe just get a few tips and a few make sure we're really clear on the procedures and the ways that we go about stuff. So we'll start that at the end of this month and then go through the summer with some of those. So it's still Easter for me. This is one of the reasons I've come out today, is to celebrate Easter. And one of the stories I love is after Easter, Jesus goes out and he's standing on the beach and he sees the guys fishing and they're having a rubbish time. They're not getting anything. And then he says to them, throw your nets on the other side. And they're all going, oh, come on, we've been doing this all night. No, do it. And they have this massive catch of fish. And it's a good reminder to me sometimes, again, hidden on the other side of the boat, there was a massive shoal of fish. And sometimes just hidden around the corner are some really good solutions or some really amazing things to see. So I'm going to continue the walk and see what I see. Hope you find some hidden treasures this week. Go well.